hold it till the end, and then we'll talk as soon as we're done. Now, here's the thing you need to realize. Public speaking skills for women, the rules are different. What is a guy doing presenting this presentation? Good question. Research and observation. Mostly research. The rules are different. I don't make the rules. They ain't fair. But life ain't fair. When you can master some of the rules, and again, folks, not everything that you hear today you may agree with, no problem. There's no right or wrong to this, but this is what society says. Number one, and what I've figured out is adult learners who, like me, who may have ADD, ADHD, or LMNOQ, or NFL, NBA, and CBS, work best when they write down things. So I've made this available for you, and there's one near all of your sheets that you can write down. Follow along. Number one is this. Appearance is important. Many times your content is judged before you say your first words by your audience. Is that correct? Is it real? Is it right? No, but it's real. It's real. You can have great content with your newspaper, but if the front of it is all smudged and the colors didn't line up, back in the days when they're just coming out with color, when the eyes didn't, the eyeballs didn't fit in the eye, kind of like many of us feel on a Saturday night after. But that's reality. And here's the thing I found out, and women told me this. Men didn't tell me this. They said to me, women are brutal when sizing up women. Worse woman to woman than woman to man to woman, or man to man. I don't make the rules. But somebody today told me that they went to a meeting and one senior executive of the parent company came to their organization to give them state of the company presentation. And it was a woman, female, however you want to, I can draw the gender thing or whatever it is. And then after it was over, they got together and said, what did you think? Are we going to lose our jobs, or, we're going to be sold or bought or whatever? And the first thing somebody said was, I can't believe she wore that lipstick. What did that have to do with the content? Nothing. But that's that. So, appearance is important. Number two, fear is common. I've heard situations where people have said, I will take an F on the course for the semester rather than get up and give an oral presentation. Studies show that fear of public speaking is greater than fear of death, and certainly people have had teeth drilled without Novocaine, with more pain than, but I'll tell you this, folks, it only hurts for a little bit. And then after you do something for the first time, how many of you remember riding your bicycle the first time when the training wheels were either lifted up just a little bit or the training wheels were off? Okay. How many of you fell? Nobody fell? Nobody's ever fallen off a bike. I mean, you might have fallen. Okay, Gene's the only one who fell. Okay. The fact is, you picked yourself up, dusted yourself off, and got back on the bike again. Simple as that. So if you do it enough, it becomes normal. Now, I do not claim to be normal. And the more you know me, we figured out this, my wife and I figured out one thing. There's no such thing as normal. There's just varying degrees of craziness, but there's no such thing as normal. But the fear of getting up in front of a crowd. My wife's a teacher. She's an excellent teacher. And she can talk to kids and just better than anyone. But she said, I have to speak at a teacher's meeting this afternoon. I am going crazy. These are people that she's taught with for 20 years in the same school. But she said, if I have to get up, she said, I can't get up because my knees will not. And so she She sits and she talks, and everybody knows what she's going to say, but the fear of that is very, very normal. So don't feel that it's only you. Number 3, people want you to
Succeed.
Somebody the other day said, fall on your face.
Well,
They want you to
women,
Hmm?
You just said women are brutal or vicious. But now you're saying they want you to succeed as well.
People want you to succeed in your presentation because, and that's an excellent point, thank you for bringing it up. You know why they want you to be great?
They want to get something.
And they have to listen. They have to listen. So people are on your side when it comes to that. They want you to do well because they are the subject. They're subjected to what you're going to be talking about. I'm going to give you a little bonus here, and it's not on the thing. Depending upon the room that you're speaking in, depending upon the time of day, depending upon the weather, the heat, and other circumstances that you can't control, you have to have water with you. Okay? And you never say, hold on a second, and do that. Now, if I needed water back when Bunny and I were conversing, I would have asked you the question, then let you talk, and I would have taken my sip that way, because I heard the term pregnant pause. I don't even know where that comes from, but it just seems like ages if you say, hold on a second, especially if you don't have your water ready to drink. Now, there's 2 things with water that you need to know about. Number 1, you drink room temperature water. Learn this from the Beach Boys. You never drink ice water or cold water because it can mess up your vocal cords. It can make you talk like this. Okay, no, I did not. There's no helium balloons here. How many of you have done that with the helium balloons and get the vocal cords frozen? And here's another thing you never want to do. You never want, and you might say you're getting into too much detail, but I have seen people destroy themselves when this has happened. They have had the glass of water that the restaurant or the function facility put at the table, and it's got ice cubes in it. And they're going like this. And then what happened, folks? Ice cubes all over. Where's their credibility? Gonzo. So with water, you say, geez, you've got some great food back there. Look at the food back there.